Welcome back to the Howepodcast101. I am Jake Roberts, joined alongside
Lucas Mitchell, and we're also joined alongside our engineer,
Noah Riley.
and we also have the Kyrie Beast in the studios.
Yeah, it's incredible. Fantastic to be back.
Definitely.
Been way too long. Where do we even want to start?
Well, let's first say, Raid Shadow Legend.
Fair enough. That's always a good place to start.
Our sponsors, we haven't talked to them for a while, but we got to shout out to them. Hannah's Cafe and Market, John Smokehouse, and FBC How Studios.
They're fantastic studios, great studios, which actually, stick around for one more thing because we have big plans for the studios that we just came up with. There's some stuff sitting over there that we're going to hang up. There's some stuff in there that we're going to hang up. We got a lot of stuff planned for you. Noah, how was your vacation, per se?
To where?
To not doing the podcast.
Oh, it was very boring.
Yeah.
It's kind of lame on Sunday afternoons.
I know. It's like, I don't know. It's just like we're missing something.
And if you want to know the reason why we haven't been doing the podcast, it's because of me.
Yeah, it's literally Lucas's fault.
I've had one act, and actually, by the way, we are going to Buy District.
I think,
very
Noah,
so pretty cool.
I think that turn Lucas's mic up a little bit. I think he's a little quieter than me. Okay, so, I don't know. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications button. You got to make sure to do that.
We gotta look at our list real quick.
Yeah, I haven't done this in a while. Visit how101.com. We have merch and donations, and make sure to contact us at our email, which is howpodcast101@outlook.com.
So, I mean, what's up for today is going to be a short podcast.
It's going to be a little shorter because we
Also
are going to be
tonight.
decorating the FBC House Studios, and then we have a banquet at our church.
Yeah.
So
If you want to come to that, it is at. I don't know.
It's literally too late. They can't come to that because
This will be posted
This will be
tomorrow
posted.
or today.
this will be posted after it's already over.
Post it right now.
No,
Yeah. That's how it works, Jake.
no, it's not, Lucas.
I'm going to be posting it like tonight.
I know it starts at 5.
I'll post it before the banquet.
Okay, fine. Okay. It starts at 5. So,
If you listen to it by here,
which
then,
the chances of that are highly unlikely.
but you get to
You never know.
get to hear it.
You never know.
What?
You never know. So, whatever. Okay. So we have a few segments that we'll do. I'm not sure if we'll have enough time for top 10.
Yeah.
We'll definitely dive into a lot of house sports. There's been a lot that's gone on.
Absolutely.
And how news. Lucas has some news from one act, I assume. There's been some band stuff that's gone on. Basketball season ended. Baseball season started. We'll get you covered up on everything that we haven't been able to talk about.
Yeah.
So we'll dive into that and a lot more. And then, of course, we'll have time for one more thing. Maybe Lucas can go into a little more detail as to what's been going on and why we can't do this. I'll explain what we have in the studio and how we're going to make it a lot better. And then I think, is that going to do it for the intro segment?
That's going to be it for the intro segment. I can't talk.
There you go. All right, coming up next, it's time to dive into the house sports that we've been missing. Basketball season's over, but we're on the dawn of baseball season. We'll talk about that and more coming up next.
First Baptist Church of Howell services on Sunday morning is an awesome place to be, with Bible fellowships and a main service for everyone. The main service consists of worship by Art Rayburn and a sermon by Roger Tidwell. The fellowships begin at 9:15 for the adults, youth, and kids to enjoy the teachings of Christ Jesus, our Lord and Savior. The main service also starts at 10:30 after. During these uncertain times, the First Baptist Church of Howell has your back on 100 Davis Street in Howell, Texas.
You're listening to the Howepodcast101. We give you a weekly look inside Howe and around Grayson County.
We have interviewed many guests, including Coach Simmons, Dan Thomas, and the voice of the Howell Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Howepodcast101. Keep up with How and laugh at the same time. Welcome back to the Howepodcast101. I am Jake Roberts, joined alongside
Lucas Mitchell, and we're also joined alongside our engineer,
Noah Riley.
Awesome. We've got a lot of sports to cover, and I think we can get right off to it.
Yeah, right to it. We're going to swing this over to our sports analyst. Can we call Noah our sports analyst? Are you okay with that?
Sports analyst?
He has a computer.
Are you good with being the sports analyst? How sports analyst for the Howepodcast 101?
I guess.
Yeah.
All right, new title. Okay, so we're gonna swing it over. to our
Engineer and sports analyst.
engineer and sports analyst, and yet you still make less money than us.
Fact.
How does that? Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Noah. Okay, what do we want to start with? Baseball, basketball?
Definitely
basketball.
Definitely basketball?
Yeah.
Okay. Noah, get us caught up on the last couple games of the season for how you don't have to give scores or anything because I know you don't have those pulled up.
Yeah.
But get us caught up on that.
Okay.
And then what happened heading into the playoffs, their
Okay.
defeat in the playoffs. And then I have some more questions, but go ahead.
So, the second to last game of the normal season for
Mhm.
Hal, we faced the Leonard Tigers, and we weren't supposed to beat them, actually. They were the number 1 team in the district. They were 11-1.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And so we weren't supposed to be, and then we ended up beating them by 15 points to make them 11-2, and then we went up to 9-4.
Mm-hmm.
And then we took on Whitewright, which was going to be a pretty easy win for us. We were supposed to win that game, and we did by like 20 or so.
Yeah, I was at that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to the Leonard game.
And Whitewright was the last place team in the district. So we beat them by like 20, pushing us to 10-4, third in the district. So we faced the Prairie Land Patriots in the by-district round of the playoffs. And that was going to be a pretty hard game. We knew we weren't going to get it easily, but we should have still won that game. And that was on February 22nd of 2022, and we ended up winning by a good 15 or so.
So you were on the sideline
Yeah.
you were on the bench for most of that game. I know you did go in,
Yeah,
and I have audio of that. It's really funny.
Kind of.
And then you like couldn't get your shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, but so what was the mood on the bench? Because that is the first Howe team that has won a playoff game for any boys sport since 2003.
5.
Was it 5 or 3?
5.
Okay. Well, still, that is literally the last time that a Howe team won a playoff game. We were newborns.
Yeah.
All of us were.
I wasn't
newborn.
alive.
You weren't alive. We were newborns. Us 3 were newborns. So, yeah, it's been quite a long time since Howe's had a good season like that, and it's really cool to witness that. And there were a lot of good players. And we're gonna try to interview some players. Try to get some, especially the seniors. We'll try to get a few of them on before the end of the year. So, do you know what the final score was in that game?
I do not.
Okay, that's fine. I know they won by a lot. Y'all won by like
It was
20.
Handedly, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, they won in the by-district round, and they moved to district.
But when we won, that was kind of disheartening because we all knew whoever.
I know,
won the
it's
game,
like-
that's the farthest we were gonna get.
Yeah, which
Because we ended up playing the Madison Trojans.
Dallas matter.
Dallas Madison.
Add the Dallas part, and it makes it sound so much
Yeah.
more accurate. Because
Yeah.
without if it's just Madison, it's like okay.
Yeah.
Dallas Madison, you're dead. So, just explain Madison.
So they're all very, very good. They're about 6'6". They're very good.
All of
And
them?
Athletes.
They're athletes.
Okay.
They really my uncle said that no coaches like that team because they shouldn't be. They beat 6A schools.
Why are they 3A?
Because there's just the same amount of kids in their school as 3A schools, but they get the talent of 5A.
Do they transfer people in? Is it one of those type
No.
deals? It's not like
No.
Pottsboro.
No, they just have kids in their region of Dallas that
Okay, so they're just extremely lucky.
yes.
Hmm.
So we went in there. We actually were sticking with them pretty
Mhm.
good, and then we ended up losing by like 20. But
Which
we held them to 58 points, was the least they've scored all season.
which is incredible,
Very
especially
Yeah.
from a team from Howe to do that to a Dallas team.
How? Come on, guys. Come on.
Well, it's not that. Any team. If Bells
Yeah.
had done that, if Leonard had done that, that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic to see that going on in Howe, and I'm excited. I know next year's going to be great for Howe. They're going to be I would assume they're going to be even better than they were this year next year. And I think it's all improvements from here on out. So,
let's get on to
Well,
baseball.
yeah, I was about to say, Noah. So baseball just started, correct?
Yes. Well,
I know, kind of, with
this
basketball.
is the first couple games where the
How fast was that transition from basketball to baseball? Was it just
was 1 day.
one day?
Yeah.
Golly, that's crazy. Okay, so give me your baseball insight.
Baseball inside.
Just kind of explain what's happened over the past.
So
Because baseball's
we-
harder to keep up with.
Yeah, we actually have, I think, a pretty darn good team this year. We beat Whitesboro like sometime last week by 2 runs. It was 10-2. Austin Haley hit a grand slam. That was
That's pretty cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
Now, should I go to these games?
Well,
Is it worth
They're
for
3
one of
hours.
us
they're
or
3
one of
hours
these-
long.
or one of the viewers to still go and watch one of these games?
I mean, they're 3 hours long. so-
They're entertaining though.
Yeah.
Would it be
Especially-
worth it?
Yeah.
I'd watch them.
It'd be worth it if you have 3 hours to spare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go to a game later.
They're
Later
they're
this.
fun.
I'll
later
go
this
with you.
season. Okay, but
Invite Parker.
yeah.
Kyrie, sorry. Yeah, we know.
But
I would always
was-
invite Kyrie.
That game was on March 1st, and then the varsity had a tournament on March 3rd through the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know for sure, but I've heard they had a doubleheader on Friday. And
Okay.
They won both.
They won both games. Yeah, that is what I
Yeah.
heard. I saw that on Facebook. So good job for them. We wish the best to baseball.
Yeah.
And I know Lucas has a lot of stuff that he needs to
I
cover.
can kind of go through it quick.
So you have 4 minutes.
Done. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Give me
So-
4 minutes. You got this.
So throughout these weeks and months, we've been practicing these band.
It's been about a month and a half since we've done a
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah.
We've been practicing these band compositions.
Mhm.
We've talked with their composers, very famous guy. He's really cool. Anyway, so we've been playing in concert season, Brave Spirit, March of the Belgian Paratroopers, something, and like 2 other tracks. We've been doing pretty dang good. We met with one of the composers of Brave Spirit, and he was very a good pleasure to have. He'd be really good on the podcast. He's like a stand-up comedian. He's almost like Chad Prather.
Would it be possible to get him on the podcast?
Probably not, because he's like goes all over the country.
Yeah.
He goes all over the country.
Are you going to see him
for
ever
a lot
again?
of things. Probably not, but
Okay.
it'd be really cool. But anyway, I think a few weeks ago we had percussion and like a bunch of different ensembles and solos.
Oh, that's
Now,
cool.
for ensembles, everyone made a 1 besides I think 2. Like one, it was a was it clarinet trio, and they got a 3, which so
Yeah, I know.
in band in this it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 1 is like, yeah, you're pretty good.
You're like the best.
2 is like, yeah, you did all
You
right.
did.
It's not that good. But 3 is like that's almost an insult. So especially to How band,
Yeah.
that's kind of an insult. And I feel bad for him, but I don't know about any of the solos. I'm pretty sure they got all 1s. But I actually, as a percussionist in the percussion ensemble, we get to go to state. And
That's
we get
cool.
to go to Austin
Okay.
for like a few days of a trip.
Oh, that sounds-
almost
that sounds
like-
fun, yeah.
Almost like
Band, like state band.
state band when we
Yeah.
went to. I'm trying to think.
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't know
Yeah.
why I forgot.
You played in the Alamo Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically doing that same thing in Austin.
That's cool.
And I don't know if it's gonna be a dome, but you know,
Yeah,
it's gonna
whatever.
be
It'll be
inside.
it'll be something cool.
Yeah, we're doing that, so that's pretty cool. Now for one act,
Mhm.
one act. So we've had a lot of practices, and we've been doing pretty dang good. About when was that? Thursday. That's right. Thursday we went on a trip to Denison. We had everything prepared on Wednesday and make sure we had tech rehearsal and all that. So we got second place within.
So was this
within.
Hold on. Was this like a by-district round?
This is a district round.
Was it district
It
or
goes to
by-district?
district to district
It's
to
by.
by district.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it goes from district to by district.
Okay. So y'all move on to
So-
by district. Oh, I get it. Yeah.
In about a week or two or something like that,
Okay.
we have by district.
So you got second place in district,
Yeah.
and it moves you on to by. That's cool.
Yeah. And then after that's area, after that's state. So,
Yeah, that sounds.
but we got second place. We did really good, but Pottsboro also did amazing. They had
Did they have one?
Courage.
Did they get the first place?
I think they got the first place
Yeah.
because I think Blue Ridge got alternate, which means like if the first, second, or third place band or the
can't play
group
or can't go.
play,
They
then-
get to go.
Yeah.
Which means they're basically done.
And I don't know who got third. I forgot. But the only two that I really liked was our play
Mm-hmm.
and Pottsboro's play.
Mm-hmm.
It was Mother Courage and her children. Unfortunately, Swiss Cheese died. Swiss Cheese is one of Mother Courage's children, in which gets shot at, and his name is Swiss Cheese.
Makes sense.
So throughout the play, they had a projector up there, and they would say like what scene this is and whatnot. And the scene would literally say like scene 3, Swiss Cheese dies, and it was so funny. It was like kind of sad at the end, and I don't know, probably some people cried.
The emotional people cry.
Now there was this one play called "Sending Down the Sparrows." It was a Nazi play about like people with disabilities getting gassed back then.
Oh gosh.
Play about that. And
That sounds interesting
see,
though.
everyone thought, I think they got third place.
Okay.
So everyone thought it was a good play, and we actually did Sparrows in 2019
Mhm.
as for one act, and that one went pretty far. But this one I just wasn't a big fan of because they used German accents, like
Oh.
like
hard to understand.
hard to understand.
Yeah.
Couldn't like comprehend any of the.
See,
words
that'd
they
be
were
really
saying.
cool if they did good German accents.
Yeah. But there was no reason to do one, and I just feel like it was kind of downgraded, and the ending wasn't as sad, like because of the German accents. It's just like
Okay.
made it so like, wow, she choked like on gas for I don't know
Yeah.
10 seconds and she died. It wasn't sad. It wasn't emotional. They didn't give enough time to just bring that out and make it a moment. Now, Antigone, our play. We kind of have the same thing where Antigone just like chokes for a while and then dies, but it's pretty short in my opinion. But we had to cut it down for time anyway.
Yeah. So, does anyone have anything else as far as how it goes?
Thomas, anything? Yeah, are you in any?
You got anything? Yeah. Noah, give the mic to Carrie Beast. Yep. Flip it around. There you go. You got it. Just speak into it now. You got it. What do you got? Hold on. It's not picking you up. It's not
Closer.
picking you up.
Get way closer to it. There you go. There you go.
There you go.
So, going back to basketball,
Okay.
JVB, I scored 5 points.
Applause.
Be
Applause.
Carrie Beast. Be
Applause.
Carrie Beast.
Round of applause for Kyrie Beast. Okay. So, are we going to do another segment or do you...
We'll just do the ending.
So, coming up next, we've just got enough time for one more thing. We'll do it right after this.
Don's Smokehouse is one of the best butcher shops in Texas, but it's not just a butcher shop. It's home of the best beef jerky around and the famous Great Wall of Jerky, where you will find 17 different kinds of jerky, including bear, buffalo, elk, venison, turkey, and of course, beef and more. We are open Tuesdays through Saturdays from 10 to 6. Don's Smokehouse is located in downtown Howe at 111 East Hanning Street. Come on down for a free sample and experience the Great Wall of Jerky. Don's Smokehouse, the best jerky around. If you are craving some fried rice, egg rolls, boba tea, beef teriyaki, or my favorite, sesame chicken, then Hannah's Cafe and Market is for you. It's the newest restaurant in town, and for all you Bulldogs, there is a 10% student discount for a limited time. Hannah's Cafe and Market is located at 105 South Denny Street in Howe, just north of the First Baptist Church. You can find them on Facebook or call at 903-532-0529. Hannah's Cafe and Market. Go Dogs!
Welcome back to the Howepodcast 101. I am Jake Roberts, joined alongside...
Lucas Doncic, and we're also joined by our engineer.
King Henry VIII.
Okay.
Jake makes us keep on re-recording because we keep on saying weird names.
No, that was more acceptable. Except
He
you're,
killed like 5 of his wives.
look. I don't know.
Anyway, we've got just enough time for one more thing.
I forgot. There is one more thing.
Gentlemen. One more thing, guys. That was a train wreck of a beginning of the segment.
Anyway,
But let's try to not ruin it. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first, and I'm going to be explaining why we haven't been doing any podcasts these Sundays. Now,
Alright, you got 2 minutes.
Okay.
You gotta hurry.
All right. So basically, I've had one act on Sundays, but those one act, it is 2 to 5:30 or 4. I don't remember what it is. But that's 2 o'clock is usually exactly when we start the podcast and start recording the podcast. And so it just hasn't been able to work
Why haven't
out.
we just done it
We've tried to do it on Saturdays, and I've also had a ton of more stuff
I don't know.
winter guard and
Impossible to
birthdays
do.
and this and that.
maybe next week you won't have something on Saturday. I don't
And
know.
previously we had Noah having basketball games,
So-
and now
so-
he's gonna have baseball games.
So here's the problem. There we go. So here's the problem. We may not even be back for another long while.
Yeah.
So we do apologize in advance for that. But I will tell you, the FBC House Studios are going to be looking
Fly,
pretty fly.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. So
pretty fly. Not gonna lie.
So I got these. I found some jerseys when I was cleaning up my room. They were in actually they were in Brett's closet because he used to he
Yeah.
played football and stuff for house. So I found some old jerseys that he doesn't need. So we're gonna be hanging up a few of these.
Now there is
I got
mainly this one. We kind of want to use this one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna put
Got
this one.
Roberts on it.
Yeah, but we're not gonna see
Yeah.
that part.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
But
doesn't matter.
we'll probably hang that up behind Noah. I
Yeah.
think it'll look pretty cool back there. Okay.
We might even get one of those things we can
Like a
frame.
frame it. Yeah. Here's another football jersey. I
Either
don't
one,
like this
either
one
one.
as much.
Yeah, this one's got the
I like the
gray
black
in it.
one better. Yeah.
Yeah. Black and white.
Then we have a basketball jersey.
He's just through Staples.
Then we have a basketball jersey. So we're gonna hang a few of those up. We have another basketball jersey over there. He has some baseball. Carrie Beast has some baseball jerseys for us.
And Noah has some jerseys. I think.
Baseball.
You have some baseball jerseys.
I do.
Okay, so I'm thinking we'll also I'm gonna bring. I have a Dak Prescott jersey that doesn't fit me anymore. I'll hang that up.
Yeah.
I also have 2 Peyton Manning jerseys that don't fit me anymore
Hey.
from when he played from the Broncos. I don't know if we have enough room for all those jerseys, but it'd look really cool if we just loaded this place with jerseys. So Noah,
Want to do my one more thing?
yeah, one more thing, Noah.
Okay, so I'm sure y'all know about the new James Webb telescope that got launched into space,
Mhm.
right? It's like
Probably seen it on
Why?
Facebook.
1,000 times more powerful than the Hubble telescope.
Which is crazy.
And you saw the pictures that thing got
Mhm.
out of space.
Yeah.
So this new telescope is supposedly able to see the edge of the observable universe. And it's observable because space is expanding and moving away from us
Yeah.
and all that. It gets to a speed where it's faster than the speed of light, so we can't see it. So
Yeah.
that can see the edge of the observable
Oh my
universe.
gosh.
And the coating used on the mirrors is 200
200,
times thinner than a piece of hair.
So how does this work?
So, okay, it is coating. It's the gold coating. It's not an actual material that floats in the air. It's coating.
So it's like spray paint
Regardless,
almost.
it's basically spray paint,
It's
but
spray gold.
I think it was 0.166 nanometers.
120.
Yeah, 120.
See, that's crazy.
It is inconceivably crazy.
Like the tiniest amounts possible.
You never know though. So within, I watched a video yesterday
Mhm.
by Veritasium about binary computers or something like that. Not
Mhm.
binary,
Yeah,
but
whatever.
No, it's fine. But they're making these tiny chips,
Microchip, like the microest chip.
and they're working kind of a tenth as
Mhm.
good as those big GPUs you see. You ever see those NVIDIA GeForce 3060 Ti's?
yeah,
And those are this big.
yeah, the ones that are good for gaming and
Mhm.
stuff that run a
And
massive game.
Now these are kind of this small.
And they work like a tenth.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's pretty good. And they're improving it day by day.
Well, eventually it's gonna get there, and those big ones are gonna be obsolete. At this point, technology has reached a point where all it can do is just shrink its size.
Yeah.
And that's
And
what they're doing.
Veritasium believed that actually binary equipment, the digital stuff that we're using now, will actually kind of be the start of equipment. and stuff,
I
and
agree.
not the
Finish.
the finish,
Yep.
and not the biggest part of it.
All right. Hit the music, Noah. I think that's gonna do it for the episode.
Did you have one more?
I
thing?
did.
Oh yeah,
I
you had
showed the jersey.
shirts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so- We appreciate everyone listening. I know it's been a long time. Please share this with others.
Share.
Exactly. I would really appreciate if we could get more than 19 views on this. That would be
Preferable.
great. That would be preferable. But with all that being said, for me, Jake Roberts,
And for me, Lucas Mitchell.
And for me, Henry Rhodes the fourth.
we're signing out now.